Ciao, Bella. It's been a long time. Glenn or Glenda, the Glendening. Hey, Frank, look, it's the 25th anniversary special edition.
And like every anniversary, I forgot to get it a present. Tommy is a, quote, actor.
How come Bud gets quotation marks, too? It's like the credits are trying to out everybody.
Does everyone have to be so ironic? And are we going to be understanding comics because of Scott McCloud?
The C stands for quality. Made under the personal supervision of George Weiss. Oh, he's such a lovely man. Not the worst director ever.
Not as long as Michael Bay draws a breath.
And a paycheck. Oh, just swipe left on this, Chris. Just swipe left.
You know, this is the only movie where the novel that the movie is based on is in the movie.
Seriously. Right-click, download it later. Or delete it. Man, it took people a long time to read back then. So, in conclusion, that net on the chair is how they caught that lunatic.
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey sucks.
What the fuck do you want?
Man's constant groping of things unknown, drawing from the endless reaches of time, brings to light many startling things.
Yeah.
Startling?
Yeah.
Because they seem new, sudden. But most are not new to the signs of the ages.
Also known as lightning. This is my Breaking Bad audition tape. I call it Breaking Bella.
Welcome to Mad Scientist Bartender School.
There's still a lot of urine in my blood.
Hey, look on the table. It's Keith Richards.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
He's very pleased with this recipe.
The more I pour, the more scientific this shit seems.
Well, it's not good for Starbucks, but it's a wake you up. Whoa, that's a strong odor. Oh, congratulations. You bottled a fart.
Life has begun.
Actually, dry ice has begun.
Oh, I screwed that up. We'll go again. I've invented milk. I'll be rich. Meanwhile, in a better movie, another film is honking to pass. It's watching the TV Guide channel.
People.
God, how I hate that.
All going somewhere.
All on my pants.
All with their own thoughts, their own ideas.
Ah, crazy liberals.
All with their own personalities.
I wouldn't say that.
One is wrong because he does right.
Captain America?
And one is right because he does wrong.
Iron Man?
Pull the string.
Pull the String was the push the button of
Dance
its day.
to that. Which one is created for?
Don't get up, you'll spill all those people.
Did you see that funny meme on Twitter last night?
Even Bella got bored. Bella, we're still filming here. Hey, Bella, come back. Oh, we've lost him.
A new day is begun.
And that baby's already in debt.
A new life is begun.
So let's cut to Mother Jugs and Speed for no reason.
Richard Nixon? I'm still here, you bastards.
A life is ended.
Tonight on the Pee Wee Herman Mysteries. I know you noir, but what am I? Oh, door. She's right there. Found.
Let me see that note.
Oh, you mean the script? A full page.
The records will tell the story.
Also on DVD.
I was put in jail recently. Why? Because I, a man, was caught on the street wearing women's clothing. This was my 4th arrest.
Hey, Earl,
for the same
how do you think
act.
I'd look in this, huh?
In life,
Tactical?
I must continue wearing them. Therefore, it would only be a matter of time
Nothing
until
about
my
me in
next
here.
arrest. This is the only
Why
way.
that shot?
Let
Why?
my body rest in
Did
death
he jump off the
forever
radiator?
in the things I cannot wear in life.
Yeah.
Inspector Warren is here to see you, Dr. Alton.
Oh, yes. Show him in, Miss Stevens.
Get ready for some non-stop show 'em in action.
Maybe show him in today?
Inspector?
Doctor?
Sit down.
Thank you.
Uncomfortable sexual tension as I sit.
You're a very busy man, Dr. Alton, I know.
Not
I
really.
appreciate this time you're giving me.
Business or pleasure, Inspector?
Pleasure, Inspector.
In a way, business. From policeman to inspector. 20 years of it. I guess I've seen everything there is for a policeman to see.
Boobies.
Yet I wonder if we ever stop learning. Learning about which we see. Trying to learn more about an ounce of prevention.
You know I'm a dentist, right?
I'm a man who thrives on learning. We only have one life to live. If we throw that one away, what is there left?
Yes, you may smoke. Ashtray?
I'm hoping to learn something from you. And with that knowledge, maybe save some human from a fate which I just witnessed a few days ago.
How do you shave
A
that?
4-time loser. This type of case comes to me as well as yourself many times during the course of 1 month.
The suicide?
The suicide.
Most of us have our idiosyncrasies.
I like to bathe
This
in
fellow's
Jello.
was quite pronounced.
Yes, but I wonder if it rated the death warrant it received. I don't think so.
Well, that's why I'm here today, Doctor. What do we do about it?
I've always heard you to be a hard-hearted policeman, Inspector.
Yeah.
Isn't that what's thought of most policemen? The laws are written. The policeman is hired to see that those laws are enforced. We have a job to do. As in most jobs, there's always somebody who doesn't want that job to be done.
Batman.
In most factories today, the employer has put up suggestion boxes. Even the employer needs advice once in a while. I think in the case that we're referring
The
to,
closest thing to
I
an
need
action
advice.
sequence in this movie is
Maybe it
this
shouldn't have
run-on
happened as it
sentence.
did. But it did. Perhaps the next time we can prevent it.
Let's get our story straight.
Case the
You're
cops come
referring
in.
to the suicide of the transvestite?
If that's the word you men of medical science use for a man who wears woman's clothing, yes.
Yes, in cold, technical language, that's the word. As unfriendly and as vicious as it may sound. However, in actuality, it's not an unfriendly word, nor is it vicious when you know the people to whom it pertains.
Would the sex operation do these people any good? I understand you were quite prominent in a case that hit the headlines a few weeks ago.
In some cases, yes, others, no.
I really can't decide.
Well,
I
the
don't give a
papers
shit.
certainly had a field day with that one.
Strange as it may seem, even though it was a field day, as you so aptly put it, it's not a new story. Sex change has been performed many times. Those whose sex can be changed, they're the easy ones. But what of those who so desperately want to be of the opposite sex, yet can't change their sex? Such as was the case with Patricia, the suicide.
I'd like to understand this, Doctor, as best you can tell me.
You can only fully understand the sex change by taking two entirely different cases. Two men with exactly the same background, from childhood to manhood and on to their own decisions and destinations.
I'd like to hear the story to the fullest.
Only the infinity of the depths of a man's mind can really tell the story.
Now go away. I'm closing. Yeah, some pretty good shit so far, huh?
A young man, though, is.
Are we on the ceiling?
The words of the All-Wise. No one can really tell the story.
Then why are we here?
Mistakes are made. But there is no mistaking the thoughts in a man's mind.
That's not what I was thinking.
The story is begun.
A J.K. Rowling nightmare.
Talk about wooden acting. Dad joke alert. What's
One
a
might
living?
say, there, but for the grace of God, go I. Why is the modern world shocked
Traffic
by
toll
this
at new
headline?
high.
Why? Once,
Nice
not very
photoshopping.
long ago, the people of the world were saying,
Airplanes. Why, it's against the
You know,
Creator's
Olive Oil
will.
actually got a lot of
If the
voiceover work
Creator
back then.
wanted us
Good
to
for her.
fly, he'd have given us wings.
but we fly. Maybe some of you may still remember an even
Make
sillier
America
remark.
great again.
Automobiles, bad.
I
They
miss
scare
Garrison
the
Keeler.
horses. If the Creator had meant for us to roll around the countryside, we'd have been born with wheels.
Or been born
Silly.
balls.
Certainly. We were not born with wings. We were not born with wheels.
We got
But
shorted.
in the modern world of today, it's an accepted fact that we must have them. So we have corrected that which nature has not given us.
Yeah,
Strangely
cut down all
enough,
those
nature
dumb
has given
forests
us
and
all
built
these
this
things.
stuff.
We just had to learn how
Yes.
to put nature's elements together for our use, that's all. Yet, the world is shocked by a
Shocked by a
sex
traffic toll at a new
If the
high.
Creator had wanted us to fly, he'd have given us wings.
If the Creator had meant us to roll around the countryside, we'd have been born with wheels.
If the Creator had meant us to
I don't
be
think
boys,
Ed Wood
we
understood what a
certainly would have
close-up
been
was.
born boys.
If the Creator had meant us to be born girls, we certainly would have been born girls.
Yeah, listen to
Are
the
we
ear.
sure?
Why didn't you ask the genitals?
Nature makes mistakes. It's proven every day. This person is a transvestite, a man who is more comfortable wearing girls' clothes. The term transvestite is the name given by medical science to those persons who wear the clothing of the opposite sex. Many a transvestite actually wishes to be the opposite sex. The title of this can only be labeled Behind Locked Doors.
Or none of
Give
your
this
fucking
man
business.
satin undies, a dress, a sweater, and a skirt, or even the lounging outfit he has on, and he's the happiest individual in the world.
Yeah, look how happy.
He can work better, think better, he can play
Jump
better,
higher, run
and he can be
faster.
more of a credit to his community and his government because he is happy. These things are his comfort. But why the wig and makeup? He dares to enter the street dressed in the clothes he so much desires to wear, but only if he really appears female. The long hair, the makeup, the clothing, the actual contours of a
The
girl.
gun.
Most transvestites do not want to change their life, their bodies. Many of them simply want to change the clothing they wear to that is worn by the opposite sex. Glenn is engaged to be married to Barbara, a lovely,
That's her
intelligent
on the right.
girl.
Those fingernails have got to go.
You know, I didn't realize they're as long as they are.
My goodness, they're almost as long as mine. Maybe even prettier. We'll have to paint them sometime just for the fun of it.
Yes, let's do that.
That's for sure.
You know, honey, you've invited me to dinner so many times in the last couple of months.
And I never
Almost
pay.
like we were married already.
I wish we were, darling. It's been a long year.
For both of us.
But now, my studies are through, college is concluded,
I'm 50.
and I'm free at last.
Free? For the time being.
Huh? Oh. How about joining me for an after-dinner drink?
The living room?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have one?
Ed Wood's going to pay for another set? I don't think so.
Modern man is a hard-working human. Throughout the day, his mind and his muscles are busy at building the modern world and its business administration. His clothing is rough, coarse, starched, according to the specifications of his accepted job.
Even
At
Joe
home,
Besser has problems.
What does modern man have to look forward to for his body comfort? The things provided for his home, a wool or flannel robe, his feet encased in the same thick, tight-fitting leather that his shoes are made of.
That's what shoes are.
These are the things provided for his home comfort.
Nice bookshelf.
It doesn't look so comfortable.
Hey, look at that traffic toll at New High.
And get the hat. Better still, get the receding hairline.
I didn't know the dark
Men's hats are so
existential
tight they
void
cut off
had a
the
bus
blood flow to
stop.
the head, thus cutting off the growth of hair. 7 out of 10 men wear a hat, so the advertisements say. 7 out of 10 men are bald. But what about the ladies?
Well, they can be bald too.
Yes, modern woman is a hard-working
Hey, they've got the same
individual
bookshelf.
also. But when modern woman's day of work is done, that which is designed
That
for her
satin
home
on that
comfort
couch, the
is
static
comfort.
is going to cause an explosion.
Hats that give no obstruction to the blood flow. Hats that do not crush the hair.
Jeez, this guy hates
Interesting
hats.
thought, isn't it?
No.
Just for comparison, let's go
What the hell?
back to the animal.
Oh, that's what this movie was missing.
There in the lesser
Racism.
civilized part of the world,
I think
the
I've
male
lost
adorns
the
himself
plot.
with the fancy objects such as paints, frills, and masks. The true instinct, the animal instinct, bird and animal life. Is it not so that it's the male who is the fancy one? Could
I'm
it be that the
confused.
male was meant to attract the attention of the female?
How
What's
Donald
so
Trump
wrong about
sees the
that?
world.
Where is the animal instinct in modern civilization? Female has
Oh,
the
please,
fluff on the finery,
don't take that shoe
as
off.
specified
No,
by
don't.
those who design and sell. Little Miss Female, you should feel quite proud of the situation. You, of course, realize that it's predominantly men who design your clothes, your jewelry, your makeup, your hairstyling, your perfume.
Yeah, women
But
suck.
life, even though its changes are slow, moves on. There's no law against wearing such apparel on the street, as long as it can be distinguished that man is man and woman is woman. But what is it that would happen?
no,
were
it's one of
this
those Brooklyn
individual
hipsters.
to appear this way on the street? You're doing it now. Yet, it's not a situation to be laughed at.
Well, that was fun.
Thus, the strange case of Glen, who was Glenda, one and the same person, not half man, half woman, but nevertheless, man and woman in the same body, even though by all outward appearances, Glen is fully and completely a man.
My God, those are good prices.
Oh God, if I don't have that space heater, I'll die.
Is that it? Should I move? Okay.
Sister, let me borrow her
This
dress.
is where Ed Wood ran out of money for
your
actors.
sister's dress? What for?
I want to wear it to the Halloween party.
There are names for boys who go around wearing girls' clothes.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. You go ahead and wear your sister's dress, Glenn. You always did look much better as a girl than you do as a man.
Thanks, Mom.
Glen did wear the dress to the Halloween party. He even took first prize.
And he won the Gene Hurt.
Then one day, it wasn't Halloween any longer.
Schultz Humanitarian Award. It was Arbor Day. It's like a normal night. I'll just come in here and take off my coat while just looking at the wall and nothing else. I mean, I'm sure nothing will be amiss. What could possibly be out of the ordinary?
The makeup sex is going to be incredible. Tom Servo.
I had the sight into such things to be able to advise you, Sheila. Maybe.
What are you doing to
took
Tom?
the problem to a doctor. It's Glenn that needs the doctor.
Gosh, ladies, I hope you enjoy those envelopes of water.
But when things like this go wrong with someone so close and in your own family, it's so hard to believe.
It's not really hard to believe. It's just hard for you to accept.
Well, of course it's hard for me to accept. Suppose I were to come home with Roy or one of my other boyfriends some night and find Glenn like I did last night.
Yeah. That would be hard to explain.
Ooh, sexy Popeye.
That's the understatement of the year.
That's the underacting of the year.
Introducing your friends to your brother. When brother's wearing your best sweater and your skirt and makeup to boot.
Hey, are you gonna pick that up? Yeah, fuck the planet.
Glenn is not a homosexual. Glenn is a transvestite, but he is not a homosexual. Transvestism is the term given by medical science to those persons who desperately wish to wear the clothing of the opposite sex, yet whose sex life in all instances remains quite normal. Would you be surprised to know that this rough, tough individual
Screen Director's Playhouse,
satin undies
Mystery
under his rough
Railroad
exterior
Yard
clothing?
Worker 3000.
Then there is your friend the milkman who
likes to
knows
dress
how
up like the
find
postman.
comfort at home.
Hello, Mrs. Entity.
I can't stand it any longer. He wears all my clothes. Nothing is sacred to him, even my briefs.
I'm going to write down
He
briefs.
has every one of my sweaters stretched out of shape. Of course, he has always replaced them. But then, they didn't last long either.
Lady, this is the lobby check-in
Your
desk.
Honor, ruffles on his shirts and shorts. Really?
I'll write down shorts.
Glenn and all the hundreds of thousands of other Glens across the nation face quite a problem. Glenn is engaged to be married
They're all
to
getting
Barbara,
each other's mail?
a lovely, intelligent girl. The problem? Glenda, Glenn's other self. The girl that he himself is, his other individual personality.
You look tired tonight, Glenn.
Yeah, I guess I am. It's been a long day.
Have you seen the paper yet?
No, what?
It's headlines. A man had his sex changed to a woman. Isn't that a
Oh, and the
strange
traffic tolls
case?
at a new high.
I wonder how some people's mind works.
Well, some people aren't happy the way they
Who
are.
hung the pictures in this room? Wilt Chamberlain?
But to change one's sex,
Looks like my
that's
apartment.
a pretty drastic step to take.
If it's the only way, I'm for it.
I wonder what I would
I
do
love
in
the
a case
Laurel
like
and Hardy
that.
music in this
If I
scene.
were in the mental turmoil that person went through. Or if I suddenly realized that something was mentally wrong with you. Ooh, it's hard to visualize. Here we are.
What with all the foreshadowing going on?
Got to be married and lead a normal life together. And there's this poor fellow who never could have been happy if it wasn't for modern medical science. Our fourth term in psychology explains a lot of the facts, but I'm afraid the end of
Shut up,
study
Karen.
is only the beginning of reality.
Glenn's
Help me,
problem
I'm
is a
tripping.
deep one, but he must tell her soon.
Does Glenn even have a
He's begun to
job?
notice things. His nails, his eyes when he looks into a lady's store window. So many of the little things that are hard to hide. Soon she will realize. Then there was the time Barbara was wearing the sweater Glenn had always wanted to feel on his own body. It was becoming an obsession to him. He must have it.
What's the matter, Glenn, darling?
I guess I was daydreaming.
Something seems to be troubling you. Why don't you tell me?
It's nothing.
Once, long ago, just after we started going steady together,
You know, after
promised we'd
quarantine,
never
my
lie to
hair
each
looks
other.
like this.
Are we going to start now, just because we're engaged to be married?
It's just that... Oh,
Your
Barbara,
sweater
it's
makes
nothing.
me
That little
calm.
sleep won't cure. It's been an awful long day.
Mute your mic, Frank.
It's more than that. Come on, tell me, darling. Who knows? Maybe I can help.
That's just it, you could.
Then something is troubling you.
Yes,
Do I have a right to know?
you have a right to know. But let's just say for the moment that I'm afraid to tell you. I'm afraid I'd lose you.
Nothing could be as bad as all that. I love you, and you love me. And nothing in the world can change that.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Glenn, is it another woman?
No, we have buffaloes. Strink? Okay. Strink. Okay. Yeah, in editing.
A story must be told.
Well, get on with it.
Always the same. He's not had the
Who
nerve
puts a
to tell
cake
her.
in a drawer?
But he must soon come to some conclusion or forget the marriage. Should he tell Barbara of his Glenda now, before the wedding, or hit her between the eyes with it after, when it might be too late for
Hit her
either
between
of them?
the eyes.
The
Let's
world
watch
is a
traffic.
strange place to live in. All those cars,
No, it isn't.
all going someplace, all carrying humans which are carrying out their
Oh my
lives.
God, you're right. It's a freak show.
The world is shocked by a person who changed his sex. Glenda is shocked also, but by another reason.
Get out of the road, asshole!
Had the nerve to do something factual about their situation. There's so many problems for Glenn and all the other Glens.
Maybe if this town
Perhaps
had
the
at least
fear of
one
discovery
hardware
of the
store.
underthings they wear beneath their regular outer clothing, or that which they wear during their nightly visit to Morpheus, god of sleep.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sure she's going to enjoy it very much. If you want to return it, be sure that you bring the sales slip. Thank you.
But I thought I was buying macaroons.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah. Let me see a 90.
Oh, well, what size?
12.
The color,
is that
the
enough?
material?
Black? I'm very sure.
Just a minute.
Very, very black. I think I'm also becoming Amish.
Well, we have this here. Would you like that? Something
What
like
did
this?
he do as a cigarette?
As lace?
Yeah.
Perhaps he admires the material too long.
You can see how sheer
Is there
this
a time
material
limit?
really is.
Yes.
You see, it's all pure nylon and only $21.95. And of course, it will never snag.
Unless you go running through a forest of cactus. And oh. Ugh.
But Glenn and Glenda and all the Glens and Glendas have an even bigger problem.
This guy keeps smoking. Hey, Pierre, put that thing out.
Welcome to the inside of Mike Pence's head.
Tip to tip. Boy, you give them a light, they take the old
The
arm.
homosexual, it is true, at times does adopt the clothing or the makeup of a woman to lure members of his own sex.
This guy did a really bad job on his woman
Not
makeup.
so for the transvestite. The transvestite is not interested in those of their own sex. The clothing is not worn
Bonjour,
to attract the
mademoiselle.
attention of their own sex, but
Parlez-vous
to
fumé?
eliminate themselves from being a member of that sex.
You are not French. You are not rude enough.
But let's watch more traffic. Why not?
Hey, Jack. Monday again. You know, I think Monday is about the worst day of the week. A perfectly wonderful weekend, then back to the sweatshops.
Well, we need the sweat.
To work. Say, did you read about the guy that had his sex changed to a girl? Says he was perfectly normal, too.
How can a guy be normal and go and do a thing like that to himself?
All the same, it must take a lot of
Man, I
guts
never
to
knew
pull a stunt
steel
like
workers
that.
were such
That's a
gossips.
problem I don't ever intend to face.
I thought
Maybe
we
it's a problem we
offshored
should
all
all
our
face.
transvestism to China.
Just think of the unhappy life. The miserable time this world of ours must
The only
have
thing
given
we
that
do with
poor
our
guy.
steel mills now is
still don't
melt down
get you.
robots from the
Now,
future.
here is a guy who wanted to be a girl. Supposing there had been no way to change his sex.
You sound as if you're really head up on this thing.
I guess I am. Do you realize what would happen if every man in the country that wanted to wear women's clothes or felt like a woman went to their doctors and wanted a sex change?
Of course. That's why I say perhaps society should be a little bit
That's an interesting point you're making there, Joe, but there's hot molten metal dripping on me.
Human beings.
Another day done. Thank goodness. See you tomorrow, Jack.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah. So long, Joe. Until tomorrow.
Thanks, God.
Who was that?
Who hung that picture? Huh?
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Johnny.
Come on in. And hit
Come
it
on
right
into
for
the
kitchen.
scene.
I can't let that dinner burn.
Woody Allen film.
You know, I thought I was going to have to eat alone tonight.
Well, you probably will because I've already eaten.
And I want to throw up. Traffic toll at New High. Fake news.
Oh, this is great. Usually we can't get seated at this place.
Oh, there's social distancing.
Nothing much.
Say, you really look down in the dumps.
I guess I got a problem.
Haven't we all?
Have washing machines
real
that look like ovens.
Like I've never had to face before.
Our whole existence is one big problem after another.
Just sling the hash, Nietzsche.
You have a problem. When did this all come about?
For nearly a year, I've been engaged to a very wonderful girl. Now the time is getting very close to the man with the book. I'm scared to death.
You're married
You
to a
love her?
librarian?
Very much.
Does she love you?
Yes.
There's no problem. Marry the girl.
Are you forgetting about my other self?
It's not like you turn into the freaking Hulk.
Of course.
Yeah. I have to tell her. But when? Before?
Hey, that's my flatware, you dink.
I think you know the answer to that one yourself.
My mind's in a muddle. Like in a thick fog. I can't make sense to myself sometimes.
God, this is boring.
I thought I could stop wearing these things. I tried, honestly, I tried. I haven't had a stitch of them on for nearly 2 weeks until tonight.
When RuPaul's Drag Race
And I
came
couldn't
on, and that
stand
was
it
it.
anymore. I had to put them on or go out of my mind. I'm afraid I'll lose her.
God,
I don't
you
want
lost
that
me.
to happen because I really love her.
Okay. Here's a story from Fact.
Previously on Fact.
Johnny tells his story.
I used to dress like
He had
Big
not
Bird.
too long ago been married himself. He'd kept quiet about his transvestite desires in the hopes that the new wife would never discover it. However, one day, the little woman came home unexpectedly an hour early.
She is little. Oh, there's going to be feathers everywhere. Oh, wise guy, eh?
That marriage ended here. Will your problem be like mine?
Dull and pointless.
Most probably it will.
Thanks.
Because a love hasn't been built up for such a thing. She, your wife, she will not have been taught enough about the problems to
Shecky Green, marriage counselor.
Glenda must now make her decision.
Oh, Glenn, turn the high beams
forever
off.
Forget the marriage to Barbara. Glenda should consult a competent psychiatrist, but then
We're
very
looking for
few
one now.
transvestites wish to change their strange desires. This is their life. To take it away from them might do as great a harm as taking away an arm or a leg, or life itself. Many even carry their transvestite desires to the grave with them.
I don't remember it this way. Poor guy.
Yes, it is a problem. But Glenda, remember back almost a year ago when Glenn and Barbara accepted each other?
Yeah, look at them accepting each other.
Okay.
That's the 6th time you've said goodnight.
Well, I've been here a week.
Look. Come on over here a minute.
What is it?
Never mind.
A couch, but that's not important right now. I love close-up magic.
Oh, I was beginning to think you'd never get around to it.
Did you mean you will?
What do you think?
I got it out of a cracker grill box.
When?
I must finish college first. It's only 7 months to go.
Well, then that's hardly long enough for you to get a trousseau together.
How would you know about such things?
Oh, well, you know, I read.
Are we having sex right now? It's the 50s. I have no way of knowing.
And she's pregnant. That corner bookshelf was very popular.
Glenn, what's the matter?
Huh?
All of a sudden, you seem 1,000 miles off.
Yes, I guess I was, huh? That's a mighty pretty dress you're wearing tonight.
I wear my best to please you.
You know, when you look at me, you just tie me in knots.
I love to tie you in knots.
Another fetish. Sure, why not?
So happy when these next few months are over.
Some special reason?
Of course.
Yeah, the film will
So
be
you can
finished.
stop kissing me goodbye at the door every night.
Where do you want him to kiss you?
Yes.
So you can hold me close to you always.
Yes.
Which
Then all you'll
movie are
have
we
to
supposed
do
to
is
be watching?
call and close your eyes and feel my lips on yours.
The jig is up, see? We gotta leave town. Oh, different movie, sorry. Oh my God, he's been shot.
Beware. Beware. Beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys. Puppy ducktails.
Oh, this is the worst Robert Frost poem ever.
Beware.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks.
Beware.
You said that already. Oh, Glenn got a job in a shooting gallery.
Maybe their careers went this uphill.
Cut. Oh, shoot. Are they trying to sell that jacket?
Whose idea was it to do an all-mime version of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Whoa, hey, down boy. Get a room.
Brick photography will end our marriage.
Did they just leave the camera running? This was all improvisation. They're gonna explode!
Welcome to Obvious Symbolism Playhouse.
No one questions why there's a tree in the living room?
They're having a tree wedding.
I'll come back. Don't worry. It's just balsa wood. It was going to be a table, but I couldn't finish it. Did the carpenter who worked on their place even own a level? Wow. Splurged on the church.
I got married at Our Lady of Clinical Depression.
All right, let's see where I left off here. I need my wingman, though. Can't do anything without my buddy.
Oh, my God. This is so awkward. He and Satan had a thing last year, and now he's at their wedding. Oh.
You know how this works. So do you. Touch the book. Touch it. He's the woman. You're the dude. That's how we'd like to keep it. My work is done here.
Tell me, Kraken.
Okay.
Do you eat, little boy? Puppy duck tails and...
Let's get you back to your room, Mr. Lugosi. Everything is fine.
Puppy duck tail, puppy duck tail.
It's like scanners. He's going to explode. He's smoking. Now the film's just doing the mocking. Huh? Uh-oh. We've stumbled onto Bella's porn stash. If a sofa comes along, you must whip it. If the Davenport's too long, you must whip it. Sweet. Huh? Well, I like this. Yeah. Laura Petrie, no. Laura Petrie, yes.
Nothing gets me hotter than old-time jazz.
Not my thing. Okay. That has to go back to wardrobe. Why is she wearing nautical flags as underwear? Grandma? No, go back to your room. You're scaring my friends.
It's the Preservation Hall Jizz Band.
Is that why Al hurt? Dad joke, dad joke. Boy, when I want to get in the mood, I like to listen to yakety sax.
Oh, now I'm getting a tromboner.
Dad joke, dad joke. Gilligan, how did you do this?
We now return to a very Betty Page Christmas.
Well, they're wearing masks.
What Buddy Rich backs off to.
Excuse me, ma'am. IKEA is closing. I just love velour and corduroy. You didn't think the accordion was an erotic instrument, did you? Well, you're wrong. Oh, I've seen this trick. This is where they tie her up and then they saw the couch and the lady in half.
It's the beer bondage polka.
It's the Schmingy Brothers Porno Christmas Special. It's the script. Eat it.
That's not how you wear a mask.
That's right. You have to cover the nose.
Hey! 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 This music is from the Brothers Karamazov After Dark.
You know, I've been to a couple of rodeos. That's good time.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy.
I like mirrors because they're like a full-time selfie.
I feel creepy. I feel creepy.
Somebody get that box of Kleenex over to Bella Stat. Yep, all that comes out of him is dust. This was actually what this music was composed for. You know, when I'm really feeling in a frisky mood, I like to play German marching band music. Does she have chiggers?
To Catch a Predator, the Lost episode.
Uh-oh. Here comes Rapel-Stilskin.
This music is from Fiddler on the Roofie.
You know, it's not often you see the casting couch in the movie. Oh, I'm almost there. It's just another Fox News hiring session.
Hey, remember before this sequence started when we all liked the idea of having sex?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but he doesn't look like he's very good at it.
If this weren't so integral to the plot, I'd object to this scene.
25th anniversary special edition. Let's add back all the stuff that was cut. This is like this movie's French plantation sequence.
I told them not to release the Snyder Cut.
Just a note to my wife, who's also watching. This is my job. I mean, watching this is... Yeah, I got a lot of answer for it. At least the music climaxed. And all they can get up is his eyebrows. Yeah, ha ha ha, like the kid said.
Everything nice.
Barbara Stanwyck? But why?
Puppy dog's tail. Puppy dog's tail. Puppy dog's tail.
Enterprise, 3 to beam down. Oh, sorry, transporter malfunction.
I'm a girl.
A young Wayne Newton? But why?
Everything nice.
No respect, I tell you, no respect.
Way to pull focus, Glenn.
Oh, what's the point?
I'm still here. F. Murray Abrams in a role that will surprise you. Looks like the men's room at the ballpark. My work is done here. Satan, out. This is how I like to leave a party.
Ladies and gentlemen, J. Edgar Hoover!
Your FBI in peace and war. He is beautiful.
Oh, here's where the Stan Lee cameo would come in.
I'm thinking of a character. Trans man. Cross-dressing man.
X-Man.
I just put deodorant on and I'm having it air out. I can't really put my arms down.
Oh, she used to work at the airport. Give me a kiss, dear. Yeah, right on the lips. Come on. Satan needs a little sugar. Look at that stain.
Ew.
Oh, that's how you sit in it. They just did this so they can keep all the wardrobe. Is that Brad Pitt doubling for Leo DiCaprio? You're wearing the same thing, bitch. Hey.
Not cool, Glenda. Ben Franklin.
This film just got way too touchy-feely. I say the horse can do. These people used to record laugh tracks for silent comedies. I'm your Aunt Ruth. Give me a big kiss. I'm your crazy Navy lady. Give me a big kiss.
Noel Neal.
You'd think the devil could afford a better dentist.
Beware of the big green dragon that sits on your doorstep.
Not often you get a comb over from eyebrows.
Puppy dog tails and big fat nails. Beware, take care. Beware.
All right. That's a wrap, everybody. Good job today. And cut. Just cut. Just turn the camera off. Anytime.
Oh my God, he's a dude!
Glenda has made the decision.
Were you not watching the movie?
Glenn has decided to tell Barbara of his dual personality. To tell her of the nighties and negligees, the sweaters and skirts, the robes and dresses, the stockings,
the credit card bills in her name,
the wig and the makeup. All that goes to make Glenn into Glenda. He tells Barbara he cannot cheat her of the knowledge that she, as his fiancée, should possess. All the facts. He tells her softly, hurriedly at first, then slowly as he becomes more technical. His hands move to caress the smooth material of her Angora sweater, which he has so long and so desperately wanted to put on his own body.
He even watches Yarn Hub.
Her, and she looks to the sweater and to his hand. Then, when it is all over and that much of the story he knows is told, Barbara is not sure of her own thoughts.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I wanted to tell you for a long, long time, but just couldn't bring myself to do it. I've been
So I had the narrator do it for me. Barbara grabs her head in hand, attempts to act. Just breathing in the scene. This is better than Game of Thrones.
Forgive me, Bella, for I have sinned.
Okay, Buster, look, I got one trick, and it goes, fuck off. Here, now back to my stories.
That's what she was thinking about?
Glenn, I don't fully understand this, but maybe together we can work it out.
Oh, wait, you're being cool about this? Well, now I'm not attracted to you anymore.
Barbara decides to give Glenn her Angora sweater, but only if she can do it accompanied by the music from Victory at Sea.
The end.
At the end of the story? Not quite. I'll get back to it in a minute. Glenn's case is really the lesser advanced type cases. The second case is an extremely advanced one. However, I'll get to that in a moment.
How many stories does he have open?
The world
What is
over
this,
has
the
its
moth?
own particular problem. Each case must be handled individually according to the person, his past life, and his problem.
Did this Glen have any homosexual tendencies?
Absolutely not. It's very seldom that a true transvestite does.
And he isn't a hermaphrodite?
No more than he's a pseudo-hermaphrodite. Glen's case was entirely of his mind, brought on by the environment of his early youth.
What about their children, Doctor? Would their children become the same way their father is?
No. Transvestism is not hereditary.
Well, what makes these men want to wear girls' clothes?
Many things. But as I've said before, it usually starts in early childhood from one cause or another. Technically, each case has the same beginning, just a different set of circumstances.
Are any of them actually cured?
Oh, yes, many of them. Once the source of supply is found, it can be stopped.
It's coming in from Mexico.
The patient refuses to cut off that source of supply.
Then the way I get it, this Glen and the character he created, much as an author creates a character in a book, was invented as a love object to take the place of the love he never received in his early youth through lack of it from his
Whatever,
parents.
Officer Freud.
The character was created and dressed and lives the life the author designs for him to live, and dies only when the author wants him to die.
Correct. Except that for the character Glenda to die, the elements must be right. But to enlighten you a little further, there's the second story, that of an extremely advanced case.
Here we
Let's
go.
call this person Alan. And
But his real name is Warren.
Alan had a mother who wanted a little girl. The father didn't care much one way or the other. Alan did not enter the competitive sports that the other boys of the school did.
Alan, if you're not going to enter the competitive sports, could you please leave the shot? Yes, just keep walking. Thank you, Alan. Just one step more, Alan, and you're gold. Just take a step and you're out of the frame.
And also rejected by the boys.
Alan.
It seems he belonged to neither of them.
Oh, God.
After school, Alan would go home to find the mother who had always wanted a girl, and the father who didn't care one way or the other. He enjoyed doing the woman's work around the house. Alan was becoming a woman and didn't realize it. A woman in mind only, but the mind rules. Then came the fateful year of 1941. Alan was drafted. He was accepted. In the Army, he successfully passed his vigorous training.
Yeah,
Not like it, and there were the weekends for his particular diversions. On his weekend passes, he would go to the nearest town where he had a suitcase checked in a public locker. In the suitcase, he had the things he loved to wear, that which made his body appear to be what his mind believed it was.
Bulletproof.
Then the day of embarkation came. But wherever Alan went, the suitcase was sure to go.
Found himself on the A&E channel in the 90s.
Take these panties, Tojo. Alan was part of one of the largest panty raids in history.
Oh, this is Saving Irene Ryan.
The Irene von Ryan Express. Alan fought the Battle of the Bulge the only way he knew how, with support garments.
It's the Louis Vuitton Death March.
The Dirty Dozen Blouses. Ms. Roberts. What did you wear in the war, Daddy? Full Metal Bed Jacket. Operation Petticoat. Oh, wait, that's a real movie.
It's a real movie.
Sorry, Frank, I can't think of any more World War II and any underwear puns.
I'm hoping I can't think of any more.
Then, as quickly as it had begun, the war was over. Alan.
That's not what happened. The war went on for years. What are you talking about?
Directed at men like himself, but no one had found out his aversion. He was honorably discharged from the service at the end of the war. He'd received the Silver Star and the Bronze Star for gallantry in action.
And he didn't go with anything he
While he
wore.
was in an army hospital recuperating from a wound he'd received in New Guinea, he learned a very interesting fact. He learned that foreign doctors were doing marvelous work with a sex change. Man to woman, woman to man.
And
Shortly
back to
after his separation from service, Alan came to me for advice. There followed many long sessions with my clinical reports and the reports of eminent doctors.
Wait, where are you going? Don't abandon me.
It had been found that Alan was really a pseudo-hermaphrodite. A hermaphrodite is one who has the organs of both the male and female in plain sight. A pseudo-hermaphrodite is one who has one perfectly formed organ of either sex and one imperfectly formed one that's difficult to detect. Alan was of the latter.
He was a ladder? He lost.
Man, tough room. I thought that would go over
Alan
bigger. I
was then
stood
given
up
his
and everything.
choice. That which nature had given him was a mistake. It was up to us to correct that mistake one way or the other. Alan had to decide whether he wanted to become a man or she wanted to become a woman. Both were completely possible. Small boned, fair of complexion, his hair thin like a woman's.
Hey, that'd be a good
slim,
Zoom background.
hips slightly girlish. It was easy to see his decision.
Why are you telling us
Along
this?
with the fact that he had been brought up from early childhood to believe that a woman
Please
was
don't
the thing to be.
break the fourth wall.
Alan decided to become a woman. This, after all the help I could give him, was only the beginning.
During the following 2 years, he was to go through the tortures of the damned. But never was there a whimper from him, because he knew that at the end of it all, he would at last be that which he had always dreamed. Hundreds of hormone shots were injected into various parts of his body. Alan's face was worked on with plastic surgery to smooth out the female elements. Long, tedious hours of work. The big day, or the starting of many big days, for it was
You decide. I don't give a shit anymore.
The series of operations are performed slowly and at intervals to prevent any unnecessary shock to the nervous system. Still, the hormone shots continue. Day after day, week after week, month after month.
Oh, I hit my
Even
thumb
then,
again.
when the operation is over, the sex has changed, the shots must continue as long as Alan lives.
Or until his insurance runs out.
First, the breasts are brought out. The body of the woman within begins to appear now.
This is known as the Bazonga procedure.
Pinking shears. Clamp. They have a lot of tools, but they're all the same. At least they're wearing masks.
Yep. Good for them.
Hey, that guy was on MASH.
This is some of the most expressive acting in the movie.
I really have no idea what I'm doing. Shouldn't the lung be on the inside? Crescent wrench. Allen wrench. Well, he's full of my tools. I don't know what to do.
The removal of the man and the formation of the woman.
And they turned him into Pee Wee Herman? Look, I told your dad the same thing. I got one trick. Bye-bye. That was vigorous. I think I'm going to move over a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Shazam!
I don't think this is quite scientifically accurate in terms of what happens.
Okay, now go out and do my bidding. Or shopping. I don't know.
I'll just then.
All right, almost done. Put that in the wiener bucket.
But in time, Alan is Anne, a very happy, lovely young lady that modern medicine and science has created almost as a Frankenstein monster. Newspapers heard of it and hit the story with their usual fullness.
Papers had not gotten hold of the story, it would have gone untold, unnoticed as so many others in medical history. The sex change has been performed hundreds of times. However, right here, in this particular sex switch, it's not the end.
Acting the woman and being the woman are two entirely different things. Alan had all his life acted the part of the woman. Now he is that woman and must learn how it's done.
Has to learn how to read?
Anne must learn how to do her own hair, how to make the correct styling for her facial contours. The proper walk must be adopted. A lady is a lady, whatever the case may be.
Continuing my own psychiatric treatment, it was my duty now to explain to Anne the duty of a woman in her sex life. Alan, of
And when you
course,
do
had
your
known the
duty,
man's,
you smoke
but he
one
was
of
soon
these.
to realize he knew very little about a
Here's
woman.
my bill.
Yet, through it all, Anne loved every minute of it. Anne was indeed meant to be a woman, and now that the sex change had been completed,
Hey, it's that
Anne
tree
was
from
a
their
very
living room.
happy woman, and a woman who was eager to
Very
learn,
versatile.
and now was accepted by society.
Hubba, hubba.
A woman
You're quite
born
right,
at
dear.
the age of 24, in a world that for 24 years she had seen as a man, but a woman who now would, and was properly instructed in how to accept, a woman's world.
She was really excited about making only
Thus, this
70%
case,
of
which
what
has
she
a
would
happy
have.
ending, is due entirely to the corrections made by medical science. I've had several such cases. In fact, in my 20 years of practice, I've been prominent in 7. However, my colleagues have had hundreds.
Then you believe that the Glen of the first story should have the sex change?
In Glen's case, no. No, indeed. Glen would never be happy with a sex change.
The Alan of your story ended happy?
I'll tell it to you exactly as I told it to them.
Oh, come
Shortly
on.
after Glen told Barbara of his love for girls' clothing, he started treatments with me. On the last treatment, both he and Barbara came to me. I told them the same story of Alan, Anne, as I've told it to you, Inspector. Anne was a pseudo-hermaphrodite. Even though one of the sexes was imperfect, she had the organs and the characteristics of both the male and female. Glen's case is an entirely different type of case. Remember I said, no matter what the case, it's a different thing. A new problem to be looked into, then solved. A new challenge to the psychoanalysis. Glen's body holds only one sex, that of the male. In all our talks, I've learned these pertinent facts. Glen's father had no love for his son. His father wanted Glen to be a football hero or a baseball player so that he could brag.
Baseball player, football hero, that's what I wanted in a son and not a disappointment. Miss my boy, I'm going to drink to my boy.
Thus, the ruse of Glen's fictitious character. He invented it when he could find no love from his mother and no love from his father. His mother had hated her own father. Glen reminded her of
Welcome to Batshit Psychiatry.
Gave all her affection, love, and attention to her daughter.
Lucy and Peanuts
Glen
was a
then
better
decided also to
psychiatrist.
become a daughter. Glen, you can kill this fictitious character of yours anytime you wish. For your happy ending, it's the only way.
Then you think I can kill this second character by transferring her qualities to Barbara?
Exactly.
And then killing her.
But as the author and his character, the elements must be right. It's up to you, Barbara. You must take the place, give the love, and accept the facts that Glenda has always accepted. If you love each other as you now believe you do, well, it'll be a hard job, but you'll enjoy doing the job.
Should I let him continue to wear girls' clothing? Or should I put my foot down?
If you put your foot down, you'd only go behind closed doors. Love is the only answer. Glenda must
Hey,
be
that's
transferred
awesome.
to
I
you.
can't riff that.
Supposing Glenn never
should be
gets
the
over
tagline.
wearing girls' clothing.
Would it matter to you very much?
I love Glenn. I'll do everything I can to make him happy.
It's a little late to bring the church in on this.
Luckily, they have no friends, so there's no one to gossip about them.
Ironically, Glenn's car is a convertible.
The end is only the beginning.
Oh boy, we lapped the
Time
film.
passed. Soon, due to a happily
Hey, he
married
kept
life,
that
the
90 as a
remembrance of
painting
psychiatric
cover.
treatments, and Barbara's love and understanding, Glenda begins to disappear forever from Glenn. Glenn has found his mother, his little
Oh, that's
sister,
much
his
better.
wife,
Now he's finally creepy. Bobby, Bobby, don't look at me, don't look at me, Bobby!
as a happy conclusion. Therefore, two entirely different cases, handled in two entirely different ways, have a happy ending.
Yeah, those two.
Oh, McGruff, the
But
crime
one of the
dog.
hundreds of other less fortunate Glens the world over.
And what about that traffic toll? Why did they put that in there, that shot? Now? Do I go? Okay. Hang on. We're good. We'll get there. You have anything to say for yourself?
Yes. But what of the others? Less fortunate Glens, the world over.
Fuck it.
Snips and snails and puppy ducktails.
I've been reading from a cookbook. Drive home safe, everybody. Oh, wait. You're home.
Go to your kitchen safe, everybody. Banker? Where was there a banker in this movie?
Oh, yeah. That big bank sequence?
I've seen this movie 46 times. I've never seen the banker ever.
Goes by quick.